Hello, good morning all. Dipankar here. So today we are going to discuss about the release procedure. When we did the end-to-end P2P cycle, you can remember that two checkpoint was there, one for PR and another for PO, and it is going to the applicant only, then only it is going further. Okay, so release strategy is required to configure this approval process, but it is not mandatory to put always the approval after the PR or after creation the PO. It is not required. It is as per your client requirement you have to do. Okay, so let's go to the SAP. Okay, go to the SPRO. IMG, MM, go to MM, go to purchasing. You can create the release procedure for PR, for PO, for scheduling agreement. Okay, but basically 90% cases utilize for the PO only. So I am showing here PO only, but whenever you will try to create a release procedure for PR or scheduling agreement, it will be the same process. Okay, there will be no difference. So let me choose here PO, and before configuring, let me tell you one thing. Okay, let me open the release procedure. So this is the release procedure for PO. If I open the PR and I open the release procedure, you can see there is two options. One is without classification and another is with classification. What is the meaning of that? At the time of without classification, we will not create any class for the release process. This is called without classification. And whatever with classification, it will include the class. So in the PO also, there is only one option, okay, including the class. You can see here the option edit class. In PO, there is no different option, only one option with class. But in PR, there is two different option, without classification, with classification. Okay, so basically in industry, with classification is recommended. Okay, both the PR and of course PO is only one. Okay, and one more thing, in PO we do the release procedure at the header level, but in PR we can do the release strategy at line item level as well as header level. Okay, it is up to you. Okay, how you are trying to define. But as I mentioned, 90% cases only the PO is required for the approval. So I am showing the PO. Okay, let me close the PR first. Okay, now this is my PO. Okay, now how the PO will trigger the release procedure. Okay, we have to trigger based on some parameters. Okay, so in pricing procedure also we seen based on some parameters it was triggering, like material, plant, vendor, right? In release procedure also, based on some parameters it will trigger the release process. So I consider that purchase organization and net price is the parameter. Based on that it will trigger. Basically the purpose of the release strategy, whatever I explained previously, that whenever the material is too much high cost, okay, precious material, at that time it will basically go to the higher authority, that whether we really require that much of quantity of this high price or not. For that purpose it will go to this thing. So net price definitely one of our criteria. Okay, so we will create the characteristics for each and every parameter. That means here I am taking purchase organization and net price as a parameter. So for each parameter I have to create two different I have to create one single characteristic. That means two different characteristics to be created. Okay. So click on edit characteristics. Okay. Then here it will be looks like that. Okay. So this option is for display. If you have already existing uh, thing, then you can put here the characteristics and click on display. If you want it to edit the existing one, so you can click here, and if you want to create new, if you have to click here, but before that you have to put the characteristics here. Okay. And as I mentioned previously, that whenever you are doing some customization thing, at that time you have to put uh, Z, starting with Z, or it is called Z. Okay, Z transaction or Z identity we have to put. Okay, so I am putting here Z underscore par org. Okay, purchase org. Okay, then I will click on create option. Okay, click the create option. Okay, so whenever you will click it will become like that. So you have to put here the description. Okay, like purchase or org organization. Okay, click enter. Now you can see here one data type. So what is the data type? Let me drop down here data type. So you can see character, currency, date, number and time. These 5 option is given here. Okay. So which data type will be assigned for this uh, character? Okay. To identify that, you have to go to the table AC11. AC11 is the table, T code to find out the table. Okay. Now, as I told that in PO, in case of PO, we are maintaining the release procedure at the header level. Okay. And for the PR, it will be the item level. So we will find what is the table for the header level. Header level table is EKO for the PO. Put here and then click on display. Okay. So now this is the right hand side. You can see the short description. This is nothing but our functional oriented description. This is called the data type. This is called the field name, technical name of this field, and this is the what is the length, and this the decimal places. Okay. Now so scroll down. You can see you can see this is the purchase organization. So for purchase organization, what is the technical name? EKORG. And what is the data type? It is characteristics. How many is the length? It is 4. Decimal is 0. Okay. So I will choose here. Let me put the full screen. Yeah. So I will put here characteristics. Character. Okay. Then what is the number of character? As we seen, it is 4. So put here 4. Now here you can choose single value, you can choose multiple value. So suppose you are utilizing this pricing procedure for multiple purchase organization, then you have to choose the multiple value. Okay. And if you want to choose only for single purchase organization, then you have to choose the single value. Okay. But multiple value, if you put always, then it will be good, because in later point of time, if your client is asking to add some new purchase organization, so in the same character you can add these things. Okay, no need to create again. So put multiple values. Okay, then go to the description. It will be the English, language will be the English, and description already given. Value means, as I mentioned, then whether you have single purchase organization or multiple purchase organization, this is called value. But we will not put the value here, we will create at the time of creation of strategy. Okay, then go to the additional. Now here you can see two things are there, one is table name, one is field name. So what is the field name means the technical name of this parameters. Okay, so I will put here, this is my uh, field name characteristics, technical name of the parameters, and then what is the table? EKKO is the table. Okay, but how it will communicate with the EKKO table? For that, before EKKO, we have to put capital C. Capital C means communication. Okay, communication. And then you have to put your table name. Okay. Now, if you click enter, system will ask, it will go to the above directory format. I told yes. So you can see it is came here. Okay, again the basic data. Now go to the additional data we have already put. Now go to the last one, restrictions. So class type is 031, which is provided as standard in the SAP for the release strategy. So for each and everything class type is there. This is for the release strategy. Similarly, batch for the material, right, material classification, batch classification, for that different class type is there. So we are doing the release strategy, so we have to utilize 032. Okay, then save it. Okay, so it is one character created. I am going to create another character for the net price. Net price. Okay, click on new. Okay, it will be the net price. Okay, now again, one more thing here, status will be always release. If you put locked or in preparation, then it will not trigger. Always it will be the release. Okay, and what is the net price data type? Obviously it will be currency. Okay, and number of the currency will be 15, and decimal you cannot put change here. System will automatically trigger from the above directory when we will put the table name and field name. Okay, and currency we are doing for the INR India, so you have to put INR here. Okay, then select on multiple values, and then whether it will allow the interval or not. What is the meaning of interval? Suppose you want this release strategy should trigger when it will be greater than 1000 INR, then only it will trigger. So this is called the interval. Okay, greater than some value or less than some value, these are called interval. Okay, so click on interval allowance. Okay, now again go to the description. Nothing to do here. Here you have to put the technical name of the price. This is GNETW. Okay, and table will be the same, EKKO. For PO it is EKKO. For PR it will be the EBAN, EBAN. Okay, that means you have to put CEBAN. Okay, then click enter. Now from the ABAP directory it is to see here automatically decimal 2 came from the ABAP directory. Okay. Then go to restriction, put your class type and then save it. Okay, so 2 characteristics I have created. Now go back. Now I have to create one edit class. Okay, so first you have to put the class type 032 and then you have to put the class name. Okay, but here is a one problem is there. Mind it always. Whenever you are creating class for the release procedure in one system, only one class to be created. Okay, you can create multiple strategy, not an issue, but only single class you can create. Okay, otherwise system will give some error. Okay, but there is a means in standard I'm telling, in standard you can create only one class. Okay, but there is a possibility to create more than one class. For that, ABAP person should introduce the function module first in the system, then only it is possible, otherwise not possible. Okay, so click here, create, then class. Okay, it will be the release, then nothing to do here. Go to keywords, nothing to put. Okay, then characteristics. So whatever characteristics we have created, we have to put here. So it will be the set underscore net price and set underscore purchase or organization. So I put here everything came and then save. So it is created. Okay, now go to define release procedure or PO. Okay, now double click on the release group. Okay, so I am creating one group, so click on new entries. So this is a new system, so nothing is there, it is totally blank. Let me put 10 is the release group, and what will be the class? Whatever class we have created, this class we have to put. Now suppose another member want to create another release group, they can create the release group, n number of release group they can create, but class will be same. Class cannot be changed. As I mentioned previously, that only one class can be created for one system. Okay, so same class they have to introduce for their release group as well. Okay, so whenever you are practicing here in this system, don't change the class. You can create the group codes and all the thing, but not change the class. Okay, okay, then I put here, then save. System is asking tr, create the new tr, underscore release for PO, release for PO. Okay, okay, it is created. Now you can put here release group 1A. Okay, this is the description only. Okay, now click on release code. Okay, what is the release code? Release code is nothing but the level. So after creation of PO, to whom it will go for the release. So let me put here 10 is the release group, whatever we have created. Now I put the code also 10, and this is nothing but manager. Okay, then under the same group I am creating another code, senior manager. Okay, let me put another 2, 30. This is purchasing head, or you can put here, that will be the plant head. Okay, that means whenever I will create the PO, it will go first manager. After approval of the manager, it will go to the senior manager. Then after approval senior manager, it will go to the plant head. Then after plant head approval, it will go to the purchasing head. Then after release of means approval of the purchasing head only, it will go to the vendor. Okay, this is called the code. Okay, it is saved. Now go to indicator. So these three indicators as provided by the SAP. If PO is not released completely, it will show B. B means block, and under block you can change the value. Okay, here you can see changeable. If you open this one, okay, you can see 4 is nothing but changeable. But after changing, if new release strategy is created, then it will go to again release. Okay, that is the meaning of that. Okay, so G is released, but in this case you can change and no new release strategy will determine. Whatever the release strategy is going on, it will be continuing. No release strategy will trigger. Okay, and R means it will be released, and after that you cannot change inside the PO. Okay, this is the criteria. Okay, so here you can see 10. 10 means up to 10% value you can change. Okay, if you want to change more than that, it is not possible. Like that it is showing. So we'll utilize the standard indicator whatever provided by the SAP. We will not create anything new here. Okay, now come to the strategy. Okay, so whenever I click on new entries, first you have to put what is the release group. So I am creating for the release group 10. Okay, what is the release strategy? Suppose 01 is the release strategy. Release strategy 01. Okay, that is the description. Now release code. I have created 4 release code, but it is not necessary all 4 should be here. Okay, I can put any 3 or any 2, any 1. Okay, it does not matter. Suppose I am taking these 3. Okay, whatever I created, that does not mean all codes should be put here. It is not like that. Okay, but here one barrier is there. You can put maximum 8 level of codes. Okay, release codes maximum 8 level. Beyond that you cannot put 8 level. Beyond that you cannot put the release code. That means 8 level of release approval stages will be there. If you want to do more than that, more than 8 level, then you have to introduce the FM inside the system. Then only system will allow you to go ahead. But in a real-time scenario, means nobody utilize more than 4. At least I have not seen. Okay, so you have if it is 8 level, then it will be fine, not an issue. Okay, so I put these 4. Then come to the prerequisition. Okay, prerequisite, status, classification, and all the thing. Before that, let me show you here what is prerequisition, what is all the thing. Let me show here. Okay, so we have three level. One is what level we have created. 10 means if you click enter, manager, senior manager, purchase head. Okay, manager, senior manager, okay, and purchase head. Okay, let me put here. Okay, I'm not putting senior manager, and this is purchase head. Now, whenever system will create the PO, it will first go to managers bucket. Okay, so this is nothing but bucket. Okay, this is nothing but bucket. Okay, so it will go to the managers bucket. Okay, once manager will do the approval, okay, suppose manager given the approval, then only it will go to the senior managers bucket. That means this manager giving the approval, okay, then it will comes under senior managers bucket. Okay, so senior manager will give the approval. Senior manager is giving the approval. That means previously manager approval also there, and now senior manager also given the approval. Then it will go to the purchase heads bucket. Okay, then previously manager's approval was there. Okay, senior manager's approval also there. Now purchase head also giving approval. Then only it will be considered as a released PO, and then it will go to the vendor. Okay, now when manager, it is under managers bucket and it is not approved by anyone, it is the bucket only, nobody approved. So in this case it will consider as a blocked PO. Okay, as I showed in the indicator, it is called blocked PO. Now manager approved, but it is not approved by the senior manager and purchase head, right? It is under senior manager's bucket, but nobody approved. So in this case also it will show blocked PO, and in case of purchase head also it will show blocked PO, because only two releases there, not released by the purchase head. Now when all the release done, it will show as a released PO. Okay, so whatever here I have shown, for manager no need any pre-approval, because this is just new created PO. Okay, but for senior manager it needs manager approval first. So for senior managers bucket, to get the senior managers bucket, prerequisite is manager's approval. This is called the prerequisite. Similarly, to get purchase heads bucket, prerequisite will be the manager's approval as well as senior manager's approval. This is called prerequisite. Now let me go to the system and click on release prerequisite. You can see here whatever I put round, these are all here blank. Okay, you can see these are all blank. Okay, and for senior manager it is manager approval, so I will put the check mark here, right? And then for purchase head it will be manager and senior manager approval required, right? So senior manager, manager and senior manager approval. then only it will be purchase heads bucket. Okay, this is called pre-release it. Okay, continue. Then come to the release status. Okay, so how the release status will show. Okay, see here, very beginning when nobody is approved, it is B. Only manager approved, it is still B. When manager and senior manager approved, it is still B. Then all approved, then it is released, or R. You can see nobody approved, it is B. Only manager approved, B. Manager, senior manager approved, B. Everybody released, then it will be G or R. Okay, because there are two indicator, right? But generally after release nobody changed the PO, so we'll choose R here. You have to, okay, you have to choose R here. Okay, then continue. Then put the classification. So you can see this release group, okay, sorry, this release strategy for this release group and this release group is assigned with this class, right? Z underscore class, this class, right? And under this class, two characteristics I had assigned. One is purchase organization and another is price. So both came here. Now here I have to put the value that for which value PO will trigger this release procedure. So for our case, it will be 7100 is our purchase organization, and it will trigger the release procedure whenever it will be greater than 1000 INR. Okay, INR. Then only system will trigger. Otherwise, it will not trigger. If it is less than 1000, it will not trigger. Okay, so this is the value we have put. Now go back and save. Okay, I have saved. Now release simulation. Click on release simulation. What is the purpose of that? This is the only demo that when we will apply this release procedure in PO, then how it will work. This is called release simulation. Okay, click on release simulation. Now you can see it is under tens bucket. Code is 10 means manager, right? Manager. So it is manager's bucket and indicator is showing block. Now I put the cursor here and set release. So you can see release affected. Now it is under 20's bucket, but still it is showing block. So I put the cursor here and then release. Now it is under 40 purchasing head bucket. Still it is showing block. Put here. Now you can see it is released. Okay, so that's how it will work. This is called the simulation. Okay, so you can save or not because this is the only simulation, nothing big thing. Okay, now let me create one PO. Okay, now let me put all the parameters or all the data we have. Okay, so our purchase organization is this one 004. Okay, then 7100. Our material is 3. Okay, PO quantity suppose 10. Okay, net price suppose 10. Okay, put 10. I will show you why I am putting 10. And put whatever the plant you want. Okay, currency it is asking INR, enter. Okay, so in the pricing procedure we have already maintained this one, that's why it is triggering from the record. But if you want to change, delete this one. Okay, and put the price in the PBXX. Okay, that we have already discussed. Now you can see this is changed to PBXX. Now you can see 10 quantity I ordered, sorry, 10 kg I have ordered, and per kg 10 rupees. So total it is 100 rupees. So it is less than 1000. right? 1000 INR we have put in the release strategy, so it is less than 1000. Okay, let's see whether release procedure will trigger here or not. Okay, whenever I will check here, click on the check option. If the data satisfy with the records or whatever the value I put in the release procedure, if it is satisfied, then here one tab will appear called release strategy. Okay, let's click on. So you can see nothing is there, nothing came. Why? Because the total amount is less than 100, sorry, less than 1000, right? But it should be the greater than. Okay, now if you want 100, so it is now 1000. Let's see. Okay, now go to the header. Now see, still it is not there. Why? Because we told greater than 100, sorry, greater than 1000, not equal to 1000. That's why it is not triggering. Okay, if you put here net price 101, okay, enter. Now what is the total value? It is greater than 1000, right? Now if you check here, you can see release strategy came. Okay, click on the release strategy. You can see strategy is 01, group is 10, and currently it is blocked and it is under managers bucket. Okay, this is the managers bucket. Okay, now let me tell one thing here. Many misconceptions happened regarding the net price. Okay, let me show you putting you can say. Okay, okay, so it should not be triggered. So see, this is gone because total is 50, total is 500, which is less than 1000. Now I am copying these things, select and copy, and then put here 51 and click enter. So you can see for 20 line item, this is the 20 line item. For 20 line item, it is 510, and for 10 line item, it is 500, right? So will it trigger the release procedure? Let's see. Because both are less than 1000, right? Both are less than 1000. Then why it will trigger the release strategy? Let's see. Now see, it is triggering. Though it is less than 1000, right? Still it is triggering. Why it is triggering? Because as I told, release strategy going to trigger in the header level. So system never go to check in the line item level what is the net price. System will go to here, you can see in the header level condition tab is there. System will go there and check what is the net price. This net price is nothing but combination of all the line item price. Okay, system will always trigger the header net price, not the line item net price. Okay, so whatever the might be, you in your PO 10 line items are there. Okay, I mean suppose 100 line items is there. If total value of the 100 line items will be greater than 1000, then only it will trigger the release strategy, else not. Okay, got it? No. So it is triggering correctly because our input was purchase organization and net price, right? So both are satisfied, so it is triggering the release procedure, and this is the correct one, so you can save it. Okay, now 45.1 is the PO. Okay, now how to release the PO? So if you go to this one, click on other, okay, and click the document, you can see the current what is the current status. Status is in release. Okay, status is in release. Okay, and currently the indicator is blocked. So same thing showing here in the PO, right? So how it will release? So there is two T codes basically, ME28N. If you go to, sorry, ME28, if you go to ME28, then you have to put the release code and release group, so that under this release group, release code, how many POs are there, all PO will trigger. Okay, so what is the release code? Release code is 10 and release group is 10. So I am putting 10 and 10. If you execute, you can see only one PO is there, so one PO is triggering. But for this code and this group, if 10 POs will be there, then 10 POs will show. This is called mass release, mass PO release at the same time. Because what is the release group? Manager want to check how much in my bucket. Okay, so they come here in ME28 and they release this one. Okay, this is called the mass release. And another is ME29NT code. This is for individual PO release. So here you can see it will come like that. Click on there and put the PO number whatever you have, right? Then okay, this is the individually one PO release. So go to the release strategy. Okay, okay, so this is the release strategy. Now it is under display mode. Okay, now change to change mode. Okay, whenever you will change to change mode, you can see one option came for the release for the manager. Okay, click here, so you can see release triggering. Now it is under managers bucket and indicator is block. Okay, then release this one as well, so you can see this is the release done. It is under purchase header, purchasing head level, and then still it is under block. Then click here. Now you can see it is released. Okay, now save it. Okay, see this is changed. Now you can go check the status. You can see release completed and the flag is released. This is called release flag. Okay, now it went to vendor and vendor will deliver further process. Okay, so this is all about release process. Okay, you can configure this one at the line item level for the PR and in the header level for the scheduling element. Okay, you can do that in the same way. Okay, so that's it. Any doubts, anyone? Okay, fine. Okay, so that's it now. So next we'll check what about the output determination and all the thing. Okay, see you then. Thank you all for joining.